History is filled with kings, emperors, generals, and conquerors. Names written in gold, remembered for power and war. But once in a long while, history remembers a different kind of man. A man whose weapon was not the sword, but his mind, his courage, and his belief in equality. This man did not come from a rich palace. He did not have a famous family name. He was not born into power. He was born into poverty. This man was Abraham Lincoln. And he would go on to become the 16th President of the United States. And the man who changed America forever. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, in a small, one-room wooden cabin in Kentucky. There were no luxury items, no comfortable beds, no warm clothes in winter. Just a poor farming family trying to survive. Life was hard, very hard. From a young age, Lincoln had to work. He helped his father on the farm, chopped wood, tended animals, and carried heavy loads. But even in those difficult days, young Abraham had a different dream. He was not interested in gold. He was not interested in power. He was obsessed with learning. There were no schools nearby, no teachers, no proper books. But Abraham didn't give up. At night, after working in the fields all day, he would sit beside the fire or a candle and read every book he could find. He would walk miles just to borrow a book, and miles again to return it. He read the Bible. He read history. He read law. He read great speeches, and every word shaped his mind. One simple belief grew inside him. Knowledge can change destiny. As he grew older, Lincoln tried many jobs. He was a farmer. He was a shopkeeper. He was a surveyor. He was a soldier in the Black Hawk War. He was a postmaster. But finally, he discovered his true calling. He became a lawyer. He was known as an honest man. A man who spoke simply, but powerfully. A man who stood for what was right, even when it was not popular. People started to listen to him. Slowly, the poor boy from a wooden cabin was becoming a respected leader. During this time, America was deeply divided. The country was split into two sides. In the North, people believed in freedom and human rights. In the South, people believed in slavery. Millions of black men, women, and children were taken from their homes and forced to work as slaves. They were beaten, chained, sold like property. They had no rights, no voice, no freedom. America called itself the land of the free. But for millions of people, it was a land of chains. Abraham Lincoln believed this was wrong. He believed one powerful truth. All men are created equal. And he was willing to fight for that belief. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected President of the United States. He became the 16th President. But instead of celebration, his election brought chaos. Several southern states became angry. They left the United States, and they formed their own country called the Confederacy. Soon after, the American Civil War began. It was brother against brother, friend against friend, American against American. Cities were destroyed, families were torn apart, more than 600,000 people died. It was the bloodiest war in American history. During this time, Abraham Lincoln carried a heavy burden. Every day he received reports of soldiers killed, mothers crying for sons, wives waiting for husbands who would never return. Many people wanted him to give up. Many wanted peace at any cost. But Lincoln believed something stronger than fear. He believed the war must end slavery. Not just preserve the nation, but make it more just, more equal, more human. In the middle of this terrible war, Lincoln made the most important decision of his life. On January 1, 1863, he signed the Emancipation Proclamation. With one signature of his pen, millions of enslaved people were declared free. Chains were broken. Families wept with joy. Hope was reborn. Slaves became free people. It was not just a political decision. It was a moral decision. Abraham Lincoln had changed the course of history. Later, on a battlefield in Gettysburg, he gave one of the most famous speeches in human history. In just a few minutes, he spoke words that would last forever. Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. These words became the foundation of modern democracy. Finally, in 1865, the Civil War came to an end. The Union was saved. Slavery was dying. Peace was returning. People began to dream again. Abraham Lincoln had survived the war. He planned to rebuild the nation, to unite the people, to heal the wounds. But fate had another plan. On the night of April 14, 1865, Abraham Lincoln went to Ford's Theater to watch a play. He sat with his wife, enjoying a rare moment of peace. Then suddenly, a man named John Wilkes Booth entered his box and shot Abraham Lincoln. The president was carried across the street to a small house. The next morning, April 15, 1865, Abraham Lincoln died. The man who saved America was gone forever. News spread across the world. America cried. The streets were silent. People wore black. Children wept. Even his enemies felt the weight of his loss. But Abraham Lincoln did not die in history. His body died, but his ideas lived on. Today, in Washington, D.C., a great white monument stands. The Lincoln Memorial. Inside sits a giant statue of him, looking forward, calm and powerful. Not as a king, not as a dictator, but as a symbol of freedom, a symbol of equality, a symbol of hope. Children of all races, religions, and backgrounds stand under his statue. Proof that his dream was not in vain. Abraham Lincoln's story teaches us something powerful. You don't have to be born rich to change the world. You don't need a palace to become great. You don't need power to create change. All you need is courage and belief in what's right. A poor boy with a book and a candle changed a nation. A man with honesty changed the future. A leader with a heart changed the world. His name was Abraham Lincoln, and his legacy will live forever.